From this video onwards, we are going to start the Android part of our application. So in this video, we are going to create the Android Studio project and we are going to make the design of the login form. So start a new Android Studio project. Specify an application name. Here I am going to give the name as login app. Click next. Click next. Select an empty activity. Click next. Change the activity name into login activity. Click finish. Okay, now the project is created. So the first thing, we have to select the needed color patterns for our Android application. So open resource file, go to values folder, open colors.xml. So we need to add the needed color patterns. So open your browser and search for Android material design colors. Go to this first website. From this website, you can select appropriate color patterns for our Android application. So here I'm going to select some pink color pattern. So I copy this color codes, and this is the primary color primary of our Android application. Now we have to select a color primary dark. So we have to select some dark color. So I copy this color code. So this is the color primary dark of our Android application. Now we have to specify an accent color accent. So here I am going to select some deep purple color for color accent. So I copy this color code and change the color accent. Okay. So now we need some additional colors. So we need some color for text. So the first color name is text color. Now select a color pattern for text color. So here I'm going to use some light color for text. So copy this color code. And this is the text color. Now we need some background color for the button. So here add a new color with the name button color. Now select some background color for button. We need some dark color for button background. So here I copy this color code 700 tint, copy this one, and this is the background color for button. So now we finish the color patterns of our Android application. Now go to activity login.xml. So now we need to avoid the action bar. There is no need of action bar for our Android application. So go to styles.xml and change the current theme of the application. Now the current theme is appcombat.lite and change that one into no action bar. So now we avoid the default action bar of our Android application. Now we can start to design the login form. So go to the XML file. So the first thing here, I'm going to remove all the margin from this layout. There is no need of margins. So first I remove these margins. Now we need to change the background color of the application. We need to change the background color of the list layout. So add a background, Android background, and select the color from colors.xml. I use the color primary. So we change the background color. Okay, now I change this relative layout into linear layout. Change the main layout into linear layout. Now specify an orientation for this layout. So now add an orientation, Android orientation. Use the vertical orientation. Okay. So now we need to specify the application name at the top of this layout. So here we already have a text view. I changed the layout width into match parent and height into wrap content. Now we have to modify the text. So we need to refer a text from strings.xml file. So add a string and app name. Now open strings.xml file. Open string.xml file and change this application name into some application name. Let's talk. This is our application name. Okay, now we need to add some other attributes. We need to change the text color. First, change text color into select a color from colors.xml. Now we need to change the text size into 30 dp. Now we have to specify gravity for this text view. Specify gravity, we have to align this one at the center, so use center. Now specify margin at the top side of this text view, so Android layout margin top, specify the margin at the top into 30 dp. Now specify text style. Now we have to apply some bold text style, so specify text style into bold. So this text view will represent the application name. Okay, so now we can design the login form. So we have to design login form. For that, here I'm going to add a new relative layout. So add a relative layout, specify the width as match parent. Now specify the height as wrap content. Now specify margin at top left and right. So margin top into 70 dp. Now specify margin at left side, Android margin left. Margin left is also 70 dp, 25 dp. Now change the margin right into 25 dp. Margin right is also 25 dp. Okay, so this relative layout hold the login form. Now we have to create the login form. So add a new text view. Here. Specify the width as match parent and height as wrap content. So first specify a text for this text view. So Android text, and create a new strings.xml resource. So with identifier prompt email. Okay, now we have to add this new resource in strings.xml. So add a new string resource here. So copy this statement and change the identifier name into prompt email. Now change the value. Change value into email. Okay. Now change the text color. Select text color from color.xml file at color, text color. Now specify text size. Here the text size is 18 dp. Specify text size into 18 dp. Now specify an ID for this text view, Android ID. Specify the ID as tx1. Now align this one at the left side of parent. So Android layout align parent left into true. Okay. Now we can specify the email field. So add a new edit text. Specify the width as match parent and height as wrap content. Now align this edit text below that text view. So layout below plus ID and specify the ID is tx1. So align this edit text below text view. Now specify the input type. Here it is an email address. Now specify the input type. This is an email address, so text email address. Now specify the text color and throw it text color. Get the text color from color.xml. Okay, and here I'm going to add an additional attribute. Specify text style and use the bold style. Okay, this is the email field. Okay, no need of that one. Okay, so now we have to specify the password field. So I copy this text view and edit text and paste it here. First change the ID of the text view into tx2. Okay, now specify some margin at the top and specify the layout below into, we have to align this one below email. Now change the ID of edit text into password. Change the ID into password, and this one align below tx2. Okay, now change the input type into text password. Okay, now we need to change the identifier on strings.xml. Change that one into prompt password. Now go to strings.xml and add a new string resource. Here and change the identifier into prompt password. Okay, we forgot to change the value. We have to change the value into password. Okay, now we need to add a login button. So add a button, specify the width as match parent and height as wrap content. Now specify a text for the button, so enter it text at string with identifier login bn label. Now we need to add this one in strings.xml, so add a new string resource. Change the identifier into login bn label, and change value into login. Now specify a style for the button, so style into, and throw it text appearance small. Now specify the text style and throw it text style. Specify the text style as bold. Now align this one below password, so enter it layout below password, 80 password. Now specify some margin at top side, so enter it layout margin top into 35 dp. Now specify an ID for this button. I specify the ID as login button. Okay, now we have to specify some selector for this button. We have to change the background color when user click the button. So we need to add some selector. So we have to add a new resource, drawable resource. So create a new drawable resource in drawable folder. Create a new drawable resource with file name button selector and click OK. Now add an item and specify the item name Android state pressed. Item name is Android state pressed, and if this is true, we have to specify the drawable Android drawable. Select color from colors.xml. So select the button color. So when user select the button, this will change the background color of the button. Now specify the default color of the button. So specify the item Android drawable. Select a color from the drawable folder, colors.xml. So here I use the color primary button color. Okay, now change this one into color accent. That is better. So this one into color accent. So when user click the button, it will change the color into color accent, and the default color of the button is button color. Okay, now specify the background for the button. So Android background. Select the drawable resource, add to drawable, and get the selector button selector. So now we change the background color of the button. Okay, now we have to specify text color for the button. Android text color, add color, and select the text color. Okay, now the login form is ready. Now we need to specify option for sign up. We have to create a text view for the new user sign up. So here we need to add another relative layout. So add a new relative layout. Specify the width as match parent. Now specify the height as wrap content. Now specify a margin at the top side. Android margin top into 50 dp. Now specify margin at the bottom side, that is also 50 dp. Okay, so now we have to specify a text view for the new user sign up. So add a new text view. Specify the width as match parent, height as wrap content. Now specify a text for the text view. So Android text, and add a new strings.xml resource file with identifier sign up text. Now go to strings.xml and add a new string resource with identifier sign up text, and change the value into new user sign up. Put a space here, that is better. Okay, now specify text color, Android text color. Now specify the text size into 18 dp. Now we have to align this one at the center. So Android gravity, specify the gravity into center. Now specify this one at the bottom side of parent, so Android layout align parent bottom into true. Parent bottom into true. Now specify an ID for this sign up text. Now specify an ID. Okay. Now specify an ID for it. ID is sign up. Okay, now we finish the design of the login form.